One's an ex-president, the other a suspected serial killer. But how are these two men linked? The answer may surprise you. Then again, it might not. Donald Trump and controversy have always gone together hand in hand, and the latest headlines relate to the former president's unexpected connection to serial killer suspect Rex Heuermann. The high-profile revelations about Heuermann's activities have captivated the public over the past week. Heuermann, an architect, was recently named as a suspect in the Gilgo Beach murders, a collection of horrific killings that took place at the start of the 2010s. So far, Heuermann has been charged with the murders of 3 women: Melissa Bartholomé, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello. Heuermann is also suspected to have had a hand in the murder of another woman named Maureen Bernard Barnes. In court, Heuermann has pleaded not guilty, but things aren't looking good for the architect's legal situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rex Heuermann is a demon that walks among us.
Days after Heuermann was arrested and placed into custody, his wife filed for divorce. She's purported to have been unaware of Heuermann's alleged criminal activities, but the outlet reported that her hair was found on the remains of one of the deceased. The story didn't end there either. It has now turned out that years before Heuermann was caught, he undertook some important work for Donald Trump, and the connection isn't sitting well with the presidential hopeful. Rex Heuermann reportedly did some contract work for Donald Trump's 40 Wall Street skyscraper in 2018. Referencing paperwork filed with the New York City Department of Buildings, the New York Post reported that Trump's company contracted Heuermann, via his architectural company, to fix a plumbing issue in his building during the politician's first presidential term. According to the paperwork, Heuermann's company oversaw renovation of office space to include minor partition and plumbing changes. The bill amounted to $205,017. Trump's team, however, has attempted to distance Trump from Heuermann. A statement from Trump's rep read, "Mr. Heuermann never worked for the Trump Organization in any capacity. According to our records, he was hired by a third-party commercial office tenant who vacated years ago to perform minor architectural work in their individual space." So far, Trump hasn't directly spoken out about these reports. Given enough time, however, it's likely that he'll have plenty to say about the association many are drawing between him and Heuermann. In the meantime, Trump has plenty of other important matters on his plate, including his many ongoing legal snafus. And he's certainly been voicing his thoughts on all that. On his Truth Social app, he recently wrote, "For the first time in the history of the USA, lawyers and the legal system itself are under siege. All a gift from crooked Joe Biden, Merrick Garland, and deranged prosecutor Jack Smith." Given that Donald Trump was dealing with his presidential duties at the time of Rex Heuermann's contract work, it's almost certain that he had zero direct contact with the accused murderer. In fact, merely a week before his January 2017 inauguration, Trump announced that he would be placing the responsibility of his business endeavors on his sons. At the time, Trump's attorneys revealed, together, Don, Eric, and Alan Weisselberg will have the authority to manage the Trump Organization and will make decisions for the duration of the presidency without any involvement whatsoever by President-elect Trump. Trump's distant association with Heuermann has nevertheless riled up Twitter users, who've quickly shared their range of opinions. One user tweeted, "Of course Donald Trump hired Rex Heuermann, the architect serial killer. This is the worst TV show ever." Another user wrote, "Trump only hired the best people. He bragged about that on stage. The Gilgo Beach serial killer was once employed by him. Yep, only the best people." However, several users found this revelation to be quite unnewsworthy, given the random nature of the connection. One person wrote, "Heuermann was a freaking top architect in Manhattan. He had boatloads of elite clients. A prolific property developer in New York hired a New York architect. Wow, what a story." Finally, another user wrote, "Seriously, read the article. Sum up. Trump once hired an architectural firm to do plumbing work. Later, the owner was arrested for murder. Question: what does this have to do with Trump? Answer: nothing."